Was good. Snap turtle in the truck on my way to work.
In a quarter of a mile, right turn onto Southwestern
Southern California.
Avenue.
Today the weather is warm, about 80 degrees. The skies are blue, and there are some formations of chemtrails in the sky being irradiated.
Next right.
All right. Trails in the sky.
Next left.
Yep. This is what we deal with. It's supposed to rain on Wednesday and Thursday.
In a quarter
Now
of a
they're
mile,
spraying the shit out of the
left
sky.
turn at the end of the road onto South Normandy Avenue.
You know, this morning, as I was training my children at the park, I saw a plane in the sky with a trail,
Left turn at
with
the
this
end
white
of the
trail,
road,
a
and
plume,
then right turn.
coming out of the back of it, trailing behind it. And you know what? You know what I saw? I took a video of it, and I'll post it on my channel. But do you know what I saw?
7/10 of a mile.
I saw that
West
trail
Slauson Avenue.
dissipating almost
1
immediately.
mile ahead on the route. Slow
Now,
traffic.
what does that mean? There was no long streak left behind this plane as a condensation trail was coming out the back. It was going almost as soon as it came out. All right. There was no long trail that spread out over time. You know, it didn't get wider and form this cloud-like formation that they call cirrus clouds.
In half of a
No.
mile, left turn onto
It was gone.
West Slauson Avenue.
That, my friend, is what you call a condensation trail. Anyway, I'll post that video up later. I'm not here to talk about that right now. Right now, I want to talk about the danger of the ignorant 2A Second Amendment opposers, right? They're so ignorant, they don't even know that they're opposing the Second Amendment. Okay? They don't even know. Not only that, most of these people who are so against gun ownership and the right to carry are they're so ignorant.
Proceed about
They
1 mile
don't even know.
to
They've
South
never held a gun
Main
before.
Street.
They never fired a gun.
1 mile.
They were never
ahead
taught the
on
safety,
route.
the
Slow
safe use
traffic.
of firearms, let alone be able to determine what kind of firearm one should have, whether a civilian or a military man should have it, person. You can't dictate who should have what if you don't know how that what works. Now, there are too many of those people out there,
8/10 of a mile.
and they are
ahead
very
on the
easily
route.
influenced
Slow traffic.
by the right-wing elite who, for all intents and purposes, don't need to carry or own because they have bodyguards around them 24/7 protecting them from any type of danger. Okay? People that take bullets for them. People that would die for them. People that get paid 6 digits to protect them. So you have the elite who are protected around the clock. These politicians, these highfalutin movie stars, all the wealthy people who don't enjoy to go out and skeet shoot,
In half of a mile,
who don't go out,
turn
who don't
onto
enjoy going out to
South
hunt.
Figueroa Street.
That's what I'm talking about, right? But they aren't that ignorant. They aren't that ignorant. Who's ignorant are their constituents and supporters. A prime example of this occurred yesterday when I was on Instagram, and my cousin's wife, who I'm not going to say their name, out of respect for them, is on a campaign, right, with Tom's, right, because she has a blog and she partners with different companies. Well, this individual is teaming up with Tom's in order to campaign for better gun control or campaign against gun violence. But see, this is what most people don't understand about gun violence and how to stop violence, right? They think it's all about taking one particular type of weapon away, right? Like the guns.
Next right, and then
You take the guns
left
away,
turn.
the violence stops. This is the thinking of most of these people. Oh, the violence, it'll stop. They won't have guns to shoot people, so therefore the violence will stop. No,
In 3/10
that's not how it works.
Left turn onto West Slauson Avenue.
Dang it! Hold on, let me fix something.
Turn ahead, and then sharp right turn onto I-110 South.
Had to fix the audio. So this individual is on a campaign, and all of her followers are probably like-minded, like her, and they're agreeing with her for the most part, until this one young lady goes on to her post and defends the Second Amendment and tells her the facts, basically, that gun laws don't affect anyone but people who
Next
obey
sharp
laws.
right onto
Criminals don't obey
I-110
gun laws. They
South,
don't obey
and
any
then
law.
The freeway
The law
is
that they
straight
choose to
ahead.
break, they're not following or obeying that law because they're breaking that shit, right?
I-110
They're
South.
criminals. That's the whole point. You're not going to stop a criminal from breaking a law, because that's why they're criminals. So even if it doesn't matter how many laws you put into place, right, for a particular thing, like gun laws, that's not going to affect criminals, especially in America, because there's guns everywhere. There's illegal guns everywhere. They're coming in from the borders. They're going out from the borders. They're coming in and out all the time. It's not just American weapons that are illegal. It's not just people who lose their weapons or gets their guns stolen. No, that's not the only illegal gun floating around out there. Y'all better get with the program. So she's just explaining to her that gun laws aren't going to stop gun violence, particularly in this country, because a lot of these criminals have access to illegal firearms. And background checks damn sure ain't gonna help, because guess what? If somebody can't pass the background check and they really want to get their hands on a gun, they are going to get their hands on one illegally. And it's very easy to do. Very easy to do. You just go out there, ask the right people the right questions. But then she goes on to tell her that, and then this individual that went against her said, in regards to school shootings, the best way to prevent that is to arm the staff members, arm the police, arm the, what they call those people? Arm the teachers, and things like that. But I don't necessarily agree with that, given the fact that these teachers are buck wild, right? They're running around punching kids and all this other stuff. These teachers are out of control, You don't want to put a gun in their hands necessarily in a room full of children. But if you were to have some type of armed security and like metal detectors and things like that, like they do in the hood. In the hood, you don't get mass shootings at school simply because there are metal detectors and armed campus police. Not just one middle-aged, old, scary-ass white guy who hides in the bathroom when the shots go off.
Continue
All right?
on
This is why inner
10
cities, one of the reasons the inner cities don't have school shootings like that. That and our young men and women are a little different. Okay, and I'm gonna get into that a little later. I'm gonna explain that later. But she's explaining this to the young lady, to my wife's cousin, or my cousin's wife, that they need to be armed and all that. And then my wife's cousin goes on to say that she taught school in Compton before moving out of state, and there would be shootings around in the area and whatnot. There'd be active shooter situations, and the school would be locked down. Now, she's not talking about active shooter situations on the actual campus. She's talking about around the area, because Compton is known for having a lot of gangs and a lot of gang activity. Not so much anymore. It's not as bad, but she pointed that out, and she said no guns on campus would have made her feel safer. Well, that's her deal. I can't argue with that, right? Because nothing is going to make you feel safer, right? If more guns on campus by responsible adults, carried by responsible adults, aren't going to make you feel safer on campus, then what will? Cops. So, I had to interject. I had to throw my 2 cents in there because, the ignorance is real. So, I had to let her know that, look, Compton is in a state that has the most restrictive gun laws in the country. The most. Compton is not a city where cats are walking around with guns on them, concealed or otherwise. So all you're proving is that you will have an active shooter situation in a city with the most with very strict gun laws. It didn't stop that motherfucker from shooting up Compton. It did not. Right? Because all this motherfucker had to do is go to the back of somebody's trunk. Right? So it's just the ignorance. Now, did she know that California has some of the most stringent gun laws? She had to, right? She's throwing her hat in. She's throwing herself into the fray, bro. Because that's a very controversial subject. All right? It's not. It's very controversial. It's like throwing your hat into the LGBT controversy. It's like that. It's not as cut and dry. It's not simple. It's a long fight. It's a long fight. It's not easy. But gun control is a lot more difficult than gay pride or whatever, than the LGBT stuff. Because guess what?
Continue on.
They didn't have any hard time getting their gay marriage cracking. All right. Anyway, let's stick to the subject. Anyway, she retorts with some, when I was saying this, I meant this. Like, look, and then telling me how valuable my information is, and giving me a little bit more vague information. So I had to break it down to her in detail for her. Like, there are a lot of variables in regards to these mass shootings. There are a lot of variables in regards to gang activity and how they get weapons. Okay? I told her that she should research the number of weapons that go missing from police lockups and end up on the street. Right? How many guns go missing from police lockup and end up on the streets after gangs have used them? They get caught and they run, and it come to find out,
the exit on the right.
oh, that gun was in our lockup. How much of that has happened? I told her, look into the throwaway guns that police carry. A lot of police carry those throwaway guns so that if they have to pop an innocent motherfucker, they throw the gun on them. Now, these guns are often stolen, right? They end up in the police lockup. Corrupt police officers take them from the lockup and hold them on their person so that they can use it for whatever they need to use it for. So you have that. Okay? Now, body cams probably eliminated a lot of that, but shit still comes up missing. I told her to research how crates of guns were reported by civilians to have been left in the middle of the street in downtrodden neighborhoods. I told her to research that. And I told her about how most of these mass shooters have had police law enforcement called on them dozens of times, only for nothing to be done. I told her about that one individual who committed a mass shooting that went to the FBI and told them that he was hearing voices telling him to kill a bunch of people. And you know what the FBI did? You know what the FBI did?
23rd Street.
They put him in the psych ward for 48 hours and released him.
In 9/10 of a
Then
mile,
he did the mass
exit
shooting.
on the right.
Okay. In Parkland, the FBI was called on this Nicholas bitch, or Cruz bitch, that motherfucker, that punk bitch. FBI was called on him.
Next exit on the
FBI
right.
investigated
And
him.
then right turn.
FBI knew that he was rolling with white supremacists. Okay? They knew he was making threats to kill a bunch of black people on campus. Hello? What do you say? Listen. You gotta know your shit before you start popping shit. Otherwise,
in 2/10 of a mile, right
you are going to
turn
ruin
onto
a lot of shit.
Sepulveda
Because,
Boulevard.
man, let me tell you something, man. These movie stars, these left-wing elite liberals, man, I told her. I told her. They don't care about your ass. They don't care about your black ass. But they know they can get that black vote. I got that glow today, you see? I got that glow. When you feel it, so when you got that glow, everybody knows when you got that glow, the power of something. Anyway, I can be a little silly sometimes. So anyway, they don't care about your black ass. Let me tell you something, man. I don't give a fuck if they elected 8 ethnic, beautiful women into office. Everything is a chess move. They're highly motivated to keep their power. And this is how you know that we have the power. Because they have to appease us right now. Because guess why? You know why they gotta appease us? You know why they can't? You know why they can't straight up? You know why they can't straight up just do what the fuck they want to do out in the open, all blatant and shit? Because we got that. We got the tools to fight back. For now. But if you ignorant motherfuckers keep going against that, huh? Keep going. You're not looking into shit. You just believing what these motherfuckers are telling you, and you rolling with it.
Next right.
You rolling with it. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you. After I told her about all that, about what the fuck she should research. Okay? And cuz, if you ever see this video, hey man, hit me up. You know, you can talk to me. You know, because I know you got some sense. We talked about this shit before, cuzzo. If you ever see the video, don't be mad, man. I'm not mad at her. I'm mad at
about 1 mile to West 200
people in general like her
Street.
that just go with the elite flow, go with the left flow. So after I told her all that, right? After I told her all that, gave her some good information, gave all her followers and all her likers, all her commenters some good information. She hit me in the DMs. All right. Gave me this. Oh man, she's good. She can write. Let me tell you something right there. I'm a writer. She's good, man. She's good.
In half of a mile,
She gave me some
right
honeyed
turn
words
onto
about
West
how valuable my information is, how
223rd
valuable
Street.
my perspective is, how I make sense, but she said she had to take my comment down. Okay? She had to take my comment down because that's her business page. Okay? That's her business page. And even though she knew that gun control was a controversial topic and that she would probably be drawing a lot of debate from that, she felt like she had to remove my comment, but I should feel free, right? Because my Instagram page is my business page. I don't have any other type of, from my book, the Seeds of Dark Matter, disease, out now on Amazon. Go check that out.
Next right.
You know what I'm saying? And by the way, while you're at it, like this video, share this video, share it on Facebook, share it everywhere. They need to get this information. Now, let me qualify myself. I am
About 8/10 of a mile to your destination.
a former U.S. Army infantryman. Okay, and I know a lot about firearms. I know about the safe handling of them. I know what a weapon of war is. I know the difference between a civilian assault rifle and a military assault rifle. And I can tell you all about it. And I think I have in a previous video. So, I am qualified to speak on this shit. Okay? All right? I know what's up. I know about conflict. Conflicts in other countries. I know about conflict here. There. I'm qualified. I can speak with a little bit of logic and common sense on this because that's what's needed. We need more logos. As I say, more logos, less pathos. All right? In your woman's drawers, you use pathos. But when it comes to shit like this, we go with logos. We ain't got time for that other shit. Anyway, so she said that she had to take down my comment because that's her business page and she's trying to make it conflict-free and lighthearted. Even though she didn't take down old girl's comment that she was arguing against in the first place.
Right.
Perhaps because I was making too much sense and it would turn her followers and her commenters in the other direction. Perhaps. But I know she was looking out for her bread. She wasn't about to let me get away of her bag. And okay, I said, you know what? That's cool. I respect that. You know, you can handle your page your way. Do what you want. But what the kicker was how she said that
You have arrived at your destination.
you know,
The route guidance is now finished.
feel free to talk about gun control and gun legislation on your business page. Oh, let me tell you, she's slick, boy. This young lady, oh my God. Yeah, she's very unassuming. Very 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 unassuming, I'll say that. I'll just stick to that. I don't want to insult anyone. But she's very unassuming. But don't assume with her. Okay, because she's slick. You got to be careful of people like that. They're very sharp. All right? Those are usually the people that get into office and make shit happen the way they want it to. It's not always the way that it should be handled. So, yeah. So, and then, okay, so there was that. And then thank you. Then there was I was watching the Joe Budden podcast this morning, and man, what y'all trying to get on steady? What's up? You trying to get on steady, man? What you doing, man? It's all good, bro. That's how you do it, man. Hello? Oh, hello. Like I'm on the phone. My bad. Anyway, so I really used to enjoy the Joe Budden podcast, right? And I mean, I still kind of do. I watch it every now and then when I'm bored. But they really been on some other shit, some industrial shit. I'm gonna just say that, industrial. I know, industry shit. That's just real talk. They've been on some industry shit. They've been flipping and flopping and jibbing and jopping. Watch the first 2 years. If you're interested in the Joe Budden podcast, watch the first 3 or 4 years. I don't know how long they've been doing it. I say the first, they're like almost to episode 200. I say the first 100, 120. Watch those, and then watch the rest. Big difference. Just watch all of them. You'll see the transition and the flip-flopping going. Anyway, but one thing they've always been on is talking about gun control and how there needs to be more of it. Okay? Now, this is an example of the elite who, and they're elite in my eyes, Maul and Joe Budden and Rory and them, they got the bag now. They're elite. Okay? Even though they've been consistent about this, about the gun control issue. But peep game. Okay? They're talking about the Thousand Oaks shooting. Okay? And Maul's like, oh, something needs to change. We need more gun control. We need more gun control. We need more gun control. Right? Now, I want you to pay attention. And of course, Joe Budden agrees, and then Rory agrees. But I want you to pay attention, okay? Maul is alluded to as being something of a street nigga. And what do we know about street niggas? They pack, okay? Allegedly. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say factually. I don't want to get sued. Joe Budden was signed to killers and knows killers, right? And knows shooters, allegedly. Out of his own mouth, though. Okay? Peep game. I'm not gonna speak on Rory. Rory's a little bit more reserved in regards to shit like that. But I know these niggas pack, okay, because they talked about it before, and I know they pack, and I know they know niggas that pack, and I know they know niggas that pack heavy hardware. I know they know that shit. I know they know gangsters that pack heavy hardware. Okay? If you know that, if your buddies and your folkers pack heavy hardware, why are you running around telling everybody else that we need more gun control? When you and your niggas pack, allegedly, all alleged, okay? Why is that? These are examples of the criminals I was telling you about that run around packing. That when they see an opening, when they see more gun control, when they see more this, they see more that. They see the law-abiding citizens being more and more hindered from protecting themselves and their families. But they know if they get caught with they shit, they going up the river for a long time. But they okay with that because they gangster, right? That's an example. I need them in particular to shut the fuck up about gun control because we know what's up. We know what's up. You ain't fooling me. You ain't fooling me. And while you have your bodyguards around you, you know what I'm talking about. Your bodyguards. They packing. Okay? They're not cops. Are you gonna tell them about gun control? Hell no, shut the fuck up. Okay? That's what I need you to do. Shut the fuck up about gun control because you're a hypocrite. You probably know niggas right now that got a fucking rocket launcher or a motherfucking grenade in they shit somewhere. They can get that shit. T.I. got caught with a rocket launcher and grenades and all kind of shit. An AT-4, U.S. military, illegally. You think he the only one? So you want your buddies like T.I. and them to run around with their rocket launchers and their fully automatic weapons, their the AR pistols like Takashi had allegedly. You want them to be able to handle that shit, right? While we running around with motherfucking six shooters? Shut the fuck up and talk about the real shit. Law enforcement failure. You never talk about how law enforcement failed to arrest or do something more about these motherfuckers who got called. The police called them 30,000 times. But you want to say we need more gun control? Maul and Joe Budden? When your buddies are ripping and running in the streets? Your dogs? Your niggas, your mans and them? Packing like a big dog. Packing. This is real. You got influence. And there's people with the influence that say the dumbest shit. You know, movie stars, they try to be on it. They really can't talk that shit because they will do a movie where they're running around with automatic weapons, playing cowboy and Indian on TV and on the big screen. Okay? Meanwhile, they're advocating for more gun control. How about you stop making movies with gun violence in it? How about you stop making video games with gun violence in it? Hmm? Hello. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be ignorant. You know, I was arguing with somebody else about guns. Okay? And this individual said, oh, well, civilians should not have access to automatic weapons. I'm like, oh man. First of all, civilians do not have access to automatic weapons. not legally, we have access to semi-automatic weapons. That is a huge distinction that people fail to realize exists. Automatic weapons and semi-automatic weapons are wholly different. And even the military with ARs, a regular infantry soldier, a light infantry soldier, will carry an M16 or M4 that has a 3-round burst. It's not fully auto. Single shot, 3-round burst. Those are the two options that you get with a military style AR, a bare bones one. Okay. Now, when you start getting the squad automatic weapons, 240 Bravos, M60s, that's when you get that full auto shit. But we damn sure ain't got access to that. So what military weapons we got access to? Our shit don't have 3-round burst. Come on, man. Know your shit before you start talking your shit. Okay? Anyway, let me get back at y'all. Probably on the way home. Late at night. So, I know it's an awkward time to do a live in the middle of the day when people working. This is when I can do it. Check it out. It'll be up there, uploaded on my page, on my channel. Share this video, like this video, subscribe to my page for that real shit. I don't hold back. Fuck that. It's too much at stake. Our safety is at stake. The future of our children is at stake. We can't be with that bullshit. Okay? Can't be pussyfooting around no more. No more pussyfoot. No more puss in boots. Okay? All right. Get with that real. Peace.